Hey everybody, welcome back to Being Fulfilled Among Us, our Advent Digital Devotional. Today is day 18 and our scripture reading from Luke chapter 1 today is verse 56. Mary stayed with Elizabeth about 3 months and then returned to her home. When I read this verse, I thought about Mary and Elizabeth being family and spending time together, and I thought about our family and spending time together at Christmas. So I've invited a special guest to be with us today. This is my sister, Allison, and Allie is the most, maybe fanatic is a good word, fanatic about Christmas.
I was going to go with passionate, but okay.
Passionate about Christmas. More than probably pretty much anybody I know. So Allie, what is it about Christmas that you love so much?
Well, first off, I have no idea when this started. I don't think I was this much of a fanatic as a kid.
I don't remember you being this way as a child.
I don't know when this started. But I just sort of one year decided to embrace that sort of stereotypical feeling of Christmas and loving the season, and just when you go into a store and people greet you and say happy holidays, and just sort of making everyone a little happier and cheerier at this time of year.
Yeah, she goes all out with decorations and
I already have Christmas music in my car.
Wearing goofy shirts and Christmas music and all of that. It's great.
The issue is I have too much Christmas stuff at this point, so I can't wear it all because there's only a certain window that you can get away with wearing extra Christmassy things. And yeah, I have too much actually, so I have to pick what I want to wear that year.
This is a real problem.
This is a problem for me.
Can you remember any particular gifts that you've given to people that were special?
You didn't prep me for that one.
Do you remember that huge angel we used to have on the top of the tree?
Yes. Dad would always have to cut the tree shorter so
that
it would fit.
That's what I was going to say. I remember at least once putting it up on the tree and the tree being too tall and the angel's
Dad would constantly have to cut the tree down.
Stuck against the ceiling. Well, and I think it gave us a sense of ownership over that tree then, that, throughout the days and weeks as it sat in our living room, that was the tree that we chose, and we harvested it and brought it home together.
Yes. And I think it helped that the parents could then sort of hide away and not deal with our arguing for a bit. They'd just tell us, once we had the tree, then we could call them over and they'd finish.
What else do you remember about Christmas growing up, spending time as a family?
Yes, so along those same lines of, trying to get all of us together, we would always take our annual Christmas card photo, which also would normally be a little late in the season, so we would be scrambling to get this nice photo in time that we could maybe get it out by New Year's.
Maybe.
And not every year. And so sometimes we would take them at home, but sometimes we would actually try to find a location elsewhere to take them. I can remember at least one year we went downtown in our town we grew up in to look at the storefronts, and we went store to store to see which one we liked the best, and then actually took our photo in front of that storefront as our background. And the most of the time it was a lot of arguing.
I remember just being so frustrated. I was the oldest, and I didn't understand why everybody couldn't just stop arguing with each other and be quiet and just smile, and then the picture would be done. It only needed to take 5 seconds, and every year we probably spent at least half an hour, sometimes probably over an hour.
For sure.
Because every single picture, somebody was making a grumpy face, somebody was upset, somebody was yelling at each other, and I just felt stop and smile, and then we'll be done, but everybody just complained the whole time about how long it was taking, and I just felt it's your fault.
I mean, even then at some years, we'd end up having to crop 2 photos together because we still could not get all 5 kids face to look pleasant in one photo.
I definitely remember a year that Dad had to Photoshop
Yep.
somebody's face from one picture onto another, and it was not professionally done.
It was really funny too because I remember that photo, and the one that they'd chosen to Photoshop it with was an indoor photo, and ours was outside. So it, like, if you didn't know, I'm sure it looked a little strange, but relatively normal.
Yeah.
But for anyone who knew, you could clearly see that the lighting from the one photo inside was so much better than our outside lighting for the photo. But yeah.
Good job, Dad. It's an important part of who we are as a family to be home for Christmas.
Yes. We have never had a Christmas that we weren't all home for it. And I think that'll be really, really strange.
That's not true. There was one
Really?
year that Tobin and I were in Pennsylvania and we didn't make it home for Christmas.
Oh, I don't know
Just
if I
one.
remember that.
Yeah, Dad sent us a box of presents, like just this huge box. Like, I think it probably cost him $50 just to ship the box of wrapped presents, but he shipped us this big box of wrapped presents and a stocking full of candy.
There you go.
And all that, so that we could still feel like we were connected to the family Christmas stuff, even though we were so far away.
I'll just sit like this, and then you can just edit me into whatever your background is.
Copy and paste with bad Photoshop.
Yes.